The keyframes are done. Sweet. So next we need to add some in-betweens. So what I want to do is I want this to open quickly and then slow down and then close faster and then snap like this. With a little bounce would be nice. So let's give this a shot.
Okay, now on with the in-betweens. I want to time my animation so that the lid opens quickly and then slows down, and then when it closes quite even faster and then sort of snaps closed. So I think I will have few in-betweens when it opens and then more in-betweens towards the end of the movement, and then fewer in-betweens maybe when it closes, and when it lands, when it closes completely, there will be like a little bounce. I think that would be nice. That gives some energy. So let's start by creating in-betweens when the lid opens. So I have already a couple of frames here on the side. I'm gonna just remove the onion skin for a second. So we've got these two frames here, and I've got these. So one thing I do to help me just be organized a little bit, I like to color code my keys. So the first keyframes I often change the color to red. So I'm going to go over this layer here, do a right click on it, and then choose the color red here. And you can see it becomes red, and it's quite visible here, which is quite nice. And same for this one. This is the second keyframe. I'm going to make this red as well. And then the next two ones will be in-betweens, and I'm going to color them orange. But first I will create a few more of those. I'm just going to duplicate them. So I'll just create a few more like this. There we go. And I can select them all and make them say orange. There you go. So that way I can differentiate between my keyframes and my in-betweens. So let's start with the first in-between. We'll take that orange one, put it right there between the two. And I'm going to put on the onion skin so I can see both frames, the one after and the one before. And for this first in-between, I'm going to simply draw the lid in the mid position, so pretty much right between those two positions. Alright, so let's get on with that. So this is our first in-between. I'm quite happy with it. Now, as I said, I want to add more in-betweens between the first in-between and the last keyframe. If I keep adding frames, then I will have a smooth movement, a fast movement at the beginning and then a slowing movement. So the next in-between will be between these two. I'm going to take one of those and put it right there. So I'm going to bring back the onion skin. There we go. And let's go. Okay, I think that's pretty good as well. Okay, let's add yet another one. Grab another one, put it in here. And let's continue the work. Okay, so let's have a look at how this looks. I'm going to expose the first frame a bit longer, the first keyframe and the second keyframe a bit longer too. Adjust the working area here so that everything's visible, and I'm just going to hit play, see what that looks like. I think that's pretty nice. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Now I could add yet an extra frame just to cushion things a little bit more, just to ease it out so it looks really nice and sweet. I'm going to do that very quickly. Alright, so this looks yeah, even more smooth. Quite like the way it settles as it opens. Now there's one more frame I would like to add, but this time right at the beginning, just before the first in between. I want the lid to open just a little bit so that we get a little bit of what you would call an anticipation to the bit, a feeling that, oh, something's going to happen. So just it's very subtle. The lid will going to open just a little bit before it opens widely and quick. So let's have a look at what that's going to look like. Alright, I hope you can see the difference. I think this feels more realistic for a start. It gives us a bit of smoothness right at the beginning. I really like the way it opens now, so I'm quite satisfied with this. I think I will stop with in-betweens. Now it's about doing the in-betweens for when it closes. I think we can be quite clever with this. I believe we can reuse some of the frames that we've created. So because basically when it's coming back down, it's going to go through the same path, you know, it's just going to go up, down like this. But I would like it to feel a little bit different, so I'm going to go for something a bit faster. I think I would like to reuse that frame when it slightly starts coming back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it and duplicate it. Go. Then move that at the back over here so that after it's open it starts going down. I'm going to need to extend the background, of course. So I'm going to extend these ones. So it starts closing. Then I want to be quite far ahead, so midway through like this, maybe like this one. So I'm going to duplicate this one as well. Put right down over there. I'm going to move these empty frames away for the moment, so just drag them over there. Alright, so first frame starts closing, then middle, then I'm going to imagine that it closes really quickly, so it's a snap, really snappy movement. So it's going to be perfectly closed, so I'm going to duplicate that first frame, take it at the back here, make it smaller. Make it orange as well because it's still some kind of in between if you want. So because it's not finished yet. I want it to bounce back up a little bit, like to have a little bounce as it closes, as if it was shut down really quickly. So I want it to go back up a little bit. So maybe that little frame here would be perfect, I think. So I'm going to duplicate that one. There we go, and then put it back over there. So it opens again and then closes again. So and then now it's going to be the final frame again. So I'm going to just duplicate that one, put it back at the end, and it's perfectly closed. And I'm going to set my work area to end here. And let's play this and see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think that looks great. It's got a snappiness when it comes back down. Pump. Oh, pam. Yeah, that's good. So you see, without even drawing any more frames, we've been able to add some more animation and also give it some character. So the animation is not too linear. It has some pace to it. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. The next step would be to actually clean up everything, make it look nice and clean.